It couldn't be any clearer. The European election results came in yesterday, and there was a huge surge in support for anti-EU climate skeptic parties. In France, Macron was so thoroughly humiliated by Marine Le Pen's national rally, he had to call an unexpected election. Similarly, in Germany, Social Democrat Chancellor Olaf Scholz was totally rejected by voters in preference for the Eurosceptic nationalist AfD party and the Christian Democratic Union, whilst Giorgia Meloni's nationalist party won the EU elections in Italy. Of course, legacy media are describing these results as a surge in popularity of the far right, whereas the clear reality is that what's considered the centre ground has drifted further and further to the left over the past decade, so that now any vague expression of patriotism is considered far right, whereas what's considered as the centre ground is everything short of outright communism. Other than screaming it from the rooftops, it's difficult to know how voters can make it any more obvious to the political establishment. They've had enough. They've had enough of being impoverished by nonsense, money pit unworkable green initiatives and totally dysfunctional green technology. They've had enough of seeing farms restricted and bullied out of growing actual food in the name of protecting the environment, whilst food prices skyrocket for consumers. They see the mass shortages coming just around the corner. Nothing condemns our political establishment like the unrelenting creep of food poverty in 2024. Voters have had enough of their country's populations swelling by millions each year, with no investment in infrastructure, no growth in healthcare or housing to facilitate this mass influx of individuals, often from failed states, with values entirely oppositional to their own. They're sick to death of the constant erosion of their national identity, their culture, history and heritage. They're sick to death of being impoverished by the mass immigration they never wanted that the globalist establishment told them would bring them prosperity. They're sick of being labelled xenophobic as they helplessly see their countries and their quality of life disintegrate as a consequence of globalist ambitions. The autocrats that rule us under the illusion of democracy need to scale back their net zero insanity unless they can find a way to make it economically viable without plunging us all towards poverty, starvation and ruin. And they need to be humble enough to accept that mass uncontrolled immigration has utterly failed as an economic and cultural model and take the necessary measures to put an immediate handbrake on population influx from the third world, secure national borders and promote civic pride and patriotism. If they don't start serving the interests of their respective nations, this globalist political establishment are going to quickly see something much, much worse and much more extreme than people like Meloni, Le Pen, Geert Wilders and Farage. Only 40% of people who watch my videos are actually channel subscribers, so please do take a second to click that subscribe button. And if you can, please do support me on Patreon for exclusive content every week. New live stand updates in London, Manchester, Billericay, Swindon and Southampton, including a double header with the exceptional Australian comedian Steve Hughes that's going to sell out almost straight away. Ticket links beneath this video. My most recent stand-up performance was filmed and is now available to view on the Comedy Unleashed YouTube channel. Again, there'll be a link for that beneath this video. Thanks for watching.